Well, hello everybody and happy Wednesday if you are joining us live. Oh, I'm excited to be here with you guys. I hope y'all are doing well. I actually forgot to copy the live chat. So let me do that real quick while you guys say hello in the comments. How are things going? How's your day? How's your week? I took a nap today. I hope you did too. And if you're brand new here, welcome. My name is Erin Bies. I am a certified personal trainer and a fitness nutrition specialist, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using my social media platform to educate and hopefully prevent people from getting scammed by wellness grifters and people that just want to take advantage of your money, what little we have these days, you know? Oh, the eyeshadow. Can we talk about it real quick? I actually have two eyeshadows on today. I know I'm getting really fancy. These are from Adriana Nicole Cosmetics. This one is called Visionary. I wanted it to match my shirt. We'll talk about the shirt in a second. So Visionary, which is a green. And I think this is one of the ones that DeeCee was like, I don't know if I can do green. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So I have that all over. And then on the lid, I have Mystical. And Mystical is a blue, purple, teal shifting, and I love her. So she is on the lid. I don't know if you can tell with the lighting, but the shirt. This is a new one. Oh. Okay. I'm white, but I'm not that white. What am I referring to? Not being a white racist. Just want to get that clear. I do have the shop that made this linked in the video description. It is not an affiliate code. It's just a shirt that I've been meaning to grab for quite some time, and I felt like today was the day. So here we are. Yes, we do love a good duochrome. I have all my makeup stuff linked if you want to check that out. I did update my hair, so it's looking very much darker with the Cara Color Merlot. Anyways, let's get into today's video, and thank you for the compliments. I appreciate you guys. Today we're going to be talking about Le-Vel, and they are rolling out Le-Vel RX, which is a telehealth partnership where they are going to be, through the distributors, directing people to a telehealth company where they are connecting with medical professionals who are then prescribing peptides and such. So apparently this is rolling out. Today's July 1st. It could be today. I'm not really sure. But I was sent this video. Shout out to the people that sent it my way. I appreciate you so much. And if you have something you want me to see, erinbies.com is where you can do that, along with if you would like to work with me as your personal trainer, click on my website, erinbies.com. Okay. DeeCee, what's up? Here, but about to drive home from the gym. I hope you had a great workout. Thank you for the thumbnail. I appreciate you. Chat, don't get too naughty. Also, sensory averse neurokin, Adriana Nicole Cosmetics is for you. Sincerely, your neurokin who is overwhelmed by everything. Let's make sure I can pin this. Why is it not pinning? Hold on. Oh, I have the wrong one. Okay, let's try that again. Ah, there it is. You won't see the whole comment, but thank you, DeeCee, and drive safely. You're probably DEI too. Yeah, Le-Vel, the stickers. Thrive. Yeah, wild. What sort of medical professionals? I have questions, which is why I titled it what I did. I have not watched this fully. I've watched bits and pieces of it, but we're going to watch it together. It's a good 45 minutes. We'll see if we get through the whole thing or however we're feeling. And yeah, so let's get into it, shall we? Let's hope they're not playing music at the beginning because I don't remember.
All right, I think we're live. We're coming to you from 7 o'clock on the dot Central Time.
7 o'clock on the dot.
So it's 8 for Eastern and
You
6
guys know.
for Pacific. And if you're anywhere else from Australia to New Zealand to the UK, thank you for being up
To Las Vegas. Here I am.
bright and early to enjoy this with us, or super late, however you'd like to look at it. My name is Cliff Gallagher. I am your Vice President of Operations here at Le-Vel, and I am super excited to welcome everybody to a
Why is he talking like that?
deep dive Zoom on Le-Vel RX. And, drop where you're at in the chat because we definitely want.
Why is he talking like this? I can't decide if it's a mix between a radio host or talking to a bunch of toddlers. I don't know.
To see this.
I
want
love
to
it.
see all the people from all across the US and Canada and everywhere else. We're gonna have some fun tonight, and
Oh, we are indeed gonna have some fun tonight. Yes.
I can't thank you much for joining us. With me this evening, I've got my partner in crime, Mr. Jason Jorgensen, our Vice President of Strategy and Growth, and Miss Courtney Glazer, our 1M, 600K, 200K, 80K, every K possible. She's hit all the ranks before. She's going to help us walk through this as well, too. And everybody else in the chat, yes, love to see all the comments that are going to start flowing in. Who's excited for peptides, right? I love saying the word. Put some fire.
Why am I making that face? I'm pro-science, always will be. But the way that these companies are using peptides, the way that I've seen, and I don't know if that's the case here, these telehealth companies that are using compounded medications, number one. Number two, the microdosing, which is not the intended use of these GLP-1 medications. FYI. Okay.
In the chat for it, because I want to see that, because this is what it's all about. We are, we're approaching the time. We were having a call this afternoon of where we're getting towards, and we're going to hit that July date. I don't know if it's going to be the 1st or if it might be right after July 4th, right? Let's go have a good time. Let's celebrate, and then let's just hit the ground running after that. But
go celebrate, but don't celebrate too much because we need you guys promoting this.
We're getting super close. We're trying to get to the point to where we can actually do some beta testing on all of this.
Oh my God.
But it's coming very clean. I mean, I actually went through and saw how the flow went. We're going to share that with you this evening as well, too, so that you can kind of see a general flow of this. We're going to talk a little bit more, really about, all 3 different categories that we've got coming along here. And our medical weight loss. So you think of that one as
Is he too quiet? Let me see. Let me check the sound. It looks like he's okay on my end. I can turn him up a little bit.
Macro GLPs, if you wanted to look at it that way. We've got our micro GLPs, which are, meant for those people that are just not really needing the full-blown medical weight loss.
Let's also think about this. He's the VP of operations. Is he a doctor? No. No, but he's telling people, well, this might be good for some people, but other people, they may need something else. He is not qualified to be giving this advice right off the bat here. Oh my God.
That goes with it, but wanting to maintain what they might have lost, wanting to get that mental clarity. There is so much that I am seeing that these GLP peptides are able to do. I don't want to use the word drug. I like the word peptide a lot better.
They're a medication. GLP-1 medications. GLP-1 medications. Now, why do you not want to use the word peptides or medications? Why would you not want to use that when you're trying to make it seem like you are legitimately doing this? I don't understand that. They're a GLP-1 medication. Why not call it that?
On this, because people have a bad connotation with the word drug for some odd reason. So, but there is so much more.
So you're going to lie to people by omission, by not referring to them as what they are, and just call them peptides? Because that's what's trending right now. He's trying to market or trying to use that marketing trend. Come on.
That they're finding out that these can do to help people out from the mental side, maybe from some addiction sides. I think I saw Shaq talking about it, about sleep apnea. I mean, it like these truly are the.
Well, if a side effect of a GLP-1 medication is weight loss, and you're somebody that has sleep apnea, and we know that losing weight sometimes can help with sleep apnea, right? You guys get what I'm saying.
Wonder cures of almost anything. It seems like,
What? What do you mean? wonder cures of almost anything? A GLP-1 medic. Listen, are we discovering things it feels like daily? Yes, but I wouldn't call a GLP-1 medication, or any medication for that matter, a cure-all, a wonder cure for all things. That's not how medicine works.
It's taken us this long to get to it, but it's exciting. And then we'll talk about the longevity as well too, because I know I've been getting asked quite a few questions, and we're going to get a cheat sheet that's going to be out there for you all on what, why you would want to choose, say, NAD plus over glutathione, over vitamin B12 MIC, over sermorelin. Like, what is those? And I know a lot of people are, we want to help guide you down that path and lead you down that process. And you all need to do a little homework as well too, right? I mean,
Yeah, and you know what that homework should include? Talking to your doctor. Going to the doctor, talking to the doctor, having blood work done and whatever diagnostic testing needs to happen, and talking with a medical professional, not some rep for an MLM company that is now going to start pitching these GLP-1, making all these claims. I was to say pitching, but making all these claims to try and pitch people to get on GLP-1 medications. And then they're connecting you to a telehealth company. You get connected to a medical professional. What kind of professional? We don't know. I have no idea yet. And then when that medical professional prescribes a medication, that distributor makes a commission off of that. Why would you just not go to the doctor and have that conversation with them and get prescribed what you and your doctor decide would be best for you? I don't understand this, other than them just trying to capitalize on this peptide marketing trend that everybody is talking about online, that most people are not qualified to be talking about online, in order to pad their greed. That's how I feel about that.
If you're going to be talking about these, I don't want you just relying on our cheat sheets with it. I want you to become semi-knowledgeable of it. Now, you don't need to worry about the dosaging. You don't need to worry about the interactions with other stuff. That's what our doctors are for.
Right. And none of these people, which typically we know the statistics as far as the demographic of people that are in multi-level marketing, are mostly women. So these women that maybe some are working outside the home, working at home or from home, or they're stay-at-home parents or whatever, they are not medical experts to be even discussing dosage or side effects or any of those things, especially interactions. So that's what we're about to see online with a lot of these companies. Le-Vel is not the only company that's going to be doing these things. Trinant is rolling it out. I'm sure Optavia is coming here soon. We're going to start seeing all of these social media posts where these everyday people that are not qualified are now going to be speaking about GLP-1 medications and peptides. Yeah.
But just like with Thrive, you became the experts of, well, if you're looking for a little bit of energy, you got to get on the capsules, right? If you're wanting that collagen boost, grab Form, grab grab our collagen gummies out there. If you're looking for some rest,
collagen gummies, I can't. I can't.
Right? Grab rest. You get some better sleep or some sleep in. So that's where you want to be able to educate yourself in, and you will be able to do it, right? Seems like a lot of information to digest and to swallow at this point in time, but you'll get good at it, and that's what, rehearsing, working in your Facebook groups, working with your teams, you guys will come up with the best talking points than I ever could. And mine will be limited by what I can and cannot say. But when you're having a casual conversation with someone, girl, you want to lose.
Girl? What? Are we friends now? This is the VP of operations. When you're having these conversations, girl, what do you mean? What do you... I feel like this deserves a quick Dr. Pepper break, because what are we doing? Dr. Pepper and cream soda, 0 sugar. Okay. It's a must. That wasn't great, but this will be. Oh, I almost spilled it. I was looking at the audio and I got distracted for a second. Almost spilled the whole thing. Oh God, we need bubbles in our life, right? Oh, lovely. Okay.
Lose 30 pounds. Look, I need to get you on our medical weight loss, right?
And this is exactly what we're going to see. What he just said is exactly what we are going to see. People that are trying to lose weight are going to see their friends, their online friends, social media post talking about weight loss. They're going to go to the inbox. They're going to start having conversation. I need to lose 30 pounds, this and that. And then that person who is a distributor for a multi-level marketing company with zero credentials, medical credentials, to diagnose and treat people is going to say, oh, you need to get on this. Oh, you need to get on that. They're going to start suggesting medications to people because they're going to get a commission when they connect them to a telehealth company that they're partnered with. And that's what we're about to see. Oh, but keep it casual, Cliff here says. You know, keep it casual when you're having the conversations. Hey, girl, what's up? No.
Well, which one do I do? Do I want to do the semaglutide or do I want to do the tirzepatide? You know, a typical approach would say you start semaglutide first and work your way up. But
what are you talking about? That would be a conversation to have with the doctor, not the rep. What do you? I cannot believe this.
Look, if you want to get going fast, you want to get going hard in the paint, I'd start with tirzepatide and move forward with that one. That's 2 GLP and GIP versus just semaglutide, which is just 1. So we'll get into that a little bit more. I'll talk through.
I think copy guys at the door.
What?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be right there. I'll be right back. Hang on, everybody. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Did you guys hear what Gavin said? I'm just curious if you guys Heard it. Also, Scooter, thank you so much. You know what's a good source of collagen? Making your own strong bone broth at home and using that in many delicious ways. Smart. Love that. Absolutely, yes. So I don't know if you, oh yeah, tell us about Canada Day. Happy Canada Day, everybody. Ah, Nicole, I would totally share one with you. Okay, let's just get back to it. There's somebody at the door. It was people it was Anderson Windows trying to quote us. And I said, hey, I'm in the middle of live streaming. And Gavin was like, he thought it was somebody else. And that's a whole nother story. Anyways, let's get back to this. I don't remember what I was saying, but I'm sure I will remember
some of that, but we really wanted to dig in and kind of walk you through. If you haven't had a chance, we've updated the website since a couple hours ago, and you can start seeing how this flow is going to go. And that website is just going to continually get updated. More landing pages will happen and come off of it as we go deeper into these, which will give you your talking points. So bear with us, right? You know,
why do the reps need talking points? What better question? Why are the reps the one marketing this? Yeah, that part I hate, because normally you would think if there was a company, say a telehealth company, they would hire people to advertise for them. But when these companies are partnering with these MLM companies, these telehealth companies partnering with MLMs, they now have these distributors. And what I'm about to say is because the majority of people don't make any money in these companies. So they're essentially getting away with having people market for these medications through the telehealth company that the MLM is partnered with for free. Yep. Stacy, member for 9 months. Thank you so much. Hey, happy to catch you live again. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I had window washers at my door today too. Yeah.
Le-Vel.com for the very first time. It probably was nowhere near as complex as it is today. And that's kind of how this is going to start off with as well too. So, all right, I'm going to toss it over. Thank you, Kim. Yes, we got some nice polos going on here. Courtney's wearing the Respect My Peptides shirt.
Oh, God.
Shantae would be remiss. All of this should be going live at the end of this month, maybe July 1st, for being able to go and get your own gear. And there's going to be a bunch of stuff up there, tablecloth covers and some other things, so that when you're out and about, you'll be able to promote this just as much as you've always been able to promote your Thrive business. So without further ado, Mr. Jorgensen, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm great. I'm excited coming to you from Peptide Studio here.
Ew.
The three of us. So,
Jason, you sound real excited to be here.
yeah, you know what? We're going to show you some really cool things tonight. And I've asked Courtney to jump on, and we're going to do this same kind of video walkthrough with all the big teams. Let me know. We're not going to take questions. It'll just take us down too many rabbit holes, but we'll just quickly go through and give you a little bit of a teaser and a little bit of an education on what to expect,
I did tell them. Actually, here's what I said. I wasn't trying to be rude. I was trying to be direct because I was streaming. I said, are y'all selling something? Because you're not supposed to, it's no soliciting in our neighborhood. And they were like, actually, no, but we do have permits. We do have this. And I was like, that's great. I can't talk. I'm streaming right now. And they were like, what do you stream? And I was like, anti-scam, anti-wellness grifting content. They were like, oh, cool. That's cool. Are you like scammer payback? And I'm like, oh, God, no. Absolutely not. Anyways, life is lifing. You know what I mean?
And what to expect and how we're going to go through the process of registering, how we're going to go through the process of intake funnels, things like that. There's going to be a lot of vernacular.
Now, I wonder if we're going to talk about funnels. I wonder if those funnels are going directly to Le-Vel or if if they go directly to the distributor, because I bet you anything it goes directly to the company because of the turnover that they have with the distributors in these companies. The Le-Vel is going to want that customer's information in the event that their upline and their upline and their upline goes away. They're not going to want to let go of that customer. That's just my theory. What do you guys think?
That maybe you haven't heard before, but this will be a really good dip your toe in the water, if you will, to what we're going to be doing here when we go live. So I'm super excited. This is the first time Courtney's seen this website. In fact, she has not seen the website. We're going to go through a little clip of part of the website to show you, but we'll stop here and there and talk, what questions that we think you might have or clarification from, and part of the reason why I wanted a promoter on here is so they're coming at it from a perspective of a promoter. I'm coming at it from the perspective of the corporation, the business building side. And so with that, Courtney, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here.
Let's see it.
Okay, awesome. I'm excited.
Wait, why do I know her name? Have I covered her before? Why do I know her name, you guys?
Okay.
I'm going to adjust this so it's a little bit bigger. Give me just a second. Let's make me a little bit smaller. And let's make this a little bit bigger. We'll try that.
Courtney, you're unmiked. I'm hoping.
You're unmiked? You mean unmuted? Unmiked. Okay.
And here we go. So,
Okay.
so I'm going to pause right there. Tell me what you think first glance. Just
Oh my God. Welcome, Sandra. I'm so glad that you joined. What a live to join us on, too. Thank you so much. If you're a member, you would like to become one, I am going to do a members only after party right after this, where it's a little smaller group. We talk a little bit more about a lot of things, all kinds of things, actually. So if you'd like to become a member, click the join button. And Sandra, thank you so much for joining. And hopefully I'll see you in the after party.
right out of the gate, what do you see?
So in the peptide world, which I'm not super familiar with, I'm just now getting immersed into it, is there's always a lot of questions. And what I'm seeing right off the bat is the legitimacy. We're kind of like establishing our legitimacy on this homepage, I guess, if you will, with what this is going to look like that we're compounded in the US over however many healthcare providers.
Now, obviously, I'm not a medical provider, nor do I claim to be one, nor am I acting like one online. However, I do have some questions for those that are medical professionals, whether you're watching this live with us or in the replay crew. From what I understand, the compounded medications are not what are FDA approved. The microdosing usage of these GLP-1 medications are not what are FDA approved. So those are the questions that I want to, or those are the things that I want to verify. These MLM companies that are partnering with the telehealth companies to prescribe these medications in microdosing, compounded, things of that nature are, I really just think it's greed. I really think it's them trying to stay relevant with marketing topics, taking advantage of people that are looking for real solutions and using their distributor field to market and advertise for free, because the majority of them are not making any money in these companies. And I could pull up the Le-Vel income disclosure statement and get really specific with it, but the more I cover these things, the more I'm like, oh, this makes sense why they're doing this. And this makes sense why they're doing that. Because we do know that MLMs are dying. And so to me, this feels like their Hail Mary. That's what it feels like to me. But you guys let me know what you think.
I think that gives us credibility in the space, in this space.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So we'll roll it here just a bit. We'll start scrolling down. You're going to start seeing different pieces that might jump out at you, questions that you might have. I would encourage you, if you've got pen and paper, write down questions that you have so we as leaders can better answer them for you.
Oh my God. Welcome. Hi, Erin. It's my first live chat. I always watch the replay, but have time to join for a bit today. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And Ophelia, thank you so much for being a member for 14 months. I appreciate you.
Moving forward. What are you seeing now? Tell me what jumps out at you here when you see this portion where you're starting.
What are we doing here? What jumps out? Le-Vel RX is redefining what's possible. Wellness on your terms. I don't know what he's looking for here.
Starting to see it segmented it a bit.
I like where it says take 5 minutes, invest in yourself. I think that for someone that's new to this world, it can be very overwhelming. And so just kind of like setting the stage of this is going to take 5 minutes. I like that because it's kind of lowering someone's guard of this is complex and going to be super confusing. And it's like, hey, do you have 5 extra minutes? I think when you set the stage, even if it takes a little bit longer than that, it's kind of letting someone know, hey, this doesn't have to be scary. This is just 5 minutes of your time.
Right. And
you know what really bothers me about this is they're trying to make it sound like a GLP-1 medication is right for everybody. I'm not qualified to say whether it is or isn't. That is a question between you and your doctor and your medical history and your lab work and all of that stuff. But the fact that these MLM companies are making it seem like, oh, this is, it's no big deal. This is for everybody. But it's not. I think, just in my personal opinion, I feel like it is a very specific demographic of people that these GLP-1 medications are for until we have more scientific evidence that they do other things. I hope that's making sense.
And as promoters, one of the primary jobs is to educate people, right? We're a supplement company. Supplements first, the tip of the spear. We always lead with supplements. And now we have these supercharged supplements. And
I'm sorry. GLP-1 medications are not supplements. They're medications. They're FDA approved when you are using them appropriately, when they're prescribed by a doctor. They are not supplements. And again, these companies are trying to make it seem like, oh, it's no big deal. Don't worry, this is for everybody. Oh, you've got 10 or 15 pounds to lose? Yeah, just get on one of these. You'll lose that weight. Microdose it. That is not their intended use.
And, you're going to have to take some time to create some of these things. But, the first thing that pops up is, you're going to create a login and an account. Just as if you're going to a doctor, it's kind of the same thing. The second thing.
What do you mean it's the same thing? What do you mean? What do you mean this is like the same thing, except it's not? Oh my God.
This is a big deal here. This is where you're going to start to complete your health assessment, right? You're going to take 5 minutes here. You're going to answer questions. Everyone's questions, everyone's position, the products they're looking for, it's all going to be different. So rather than giving you something here saying, hey, this is what it's going to look like if you choose a injectable GLP or a longevity product, we're just showing you the basics here. Courtney, I know that you mentioned you had something you wanted to share in regards to what promoters do and what their primary responsibility is in.
I can't wait to get into this. I cannot wait to hear what Courtney says the responsibility of the distributors in Le-Vel are. I hope it's like, this is what we do. We write the hooks and we go live and we talk about our experience. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to hear this part.
Selling peptides and frankly in selling all all of our Thrive supplements.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about peptides can be scary and overwhelming for someone who thinks they've got to become the doctor. They've got to become,
Hey, Wendy.
Mr. and Miss Molecule. But what I just want to encourage you guys to think of is peptides in most cases, they're proactive measures to your health.
Wait a second. Now, Courtney just said, I'm not really familiar with peptides, but here she is training the Le-Vel distributors on the benefits of peptides. What is happening? We have a visitor. Hold on, I gotta push the mic back. Hi, Mama. Come here, baby. Say hi to the people, guys. Luna and I have a very, oh, let me push this down. We have a very special announcement. Okay? Her eyes match my shirt. Okay, here's our announcement. Now, if you've been a member or a watcher, not a member, yeah, a member, or you've watched my channel for any period of time, I would say for the last month or so, we are getting ready to have plushies made that are Luna. Because she is the star of this show. You guys only come because Luna's here. And I'm working with a company called Gimme Swag, and they're going to create custom Luna plushies. And the campaign starts, I'm giving you guys a heads up now, the campaign starts on July 7th, and the goal is to collect 100 pledges. The pledges are $2. And then once we get 100 pledges, the production of the plushie moves forward. So just know that that is coming. That's next Tuesday. It's very exciting. The thing that I'm most excited about, though, is that I'm going to donate 20% of the proceeds to Homeward Bound Cats, and they're a local cat rescue. And I'm very excited about that. I think it's going to be a really cool experience, and the behind the scenes stuff and the creation, this is going to be a pretty long process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. So the pledge period lasts for 10 days. The goal is 100 or more pledges at $2 each. That does go towards your cost of the plushie when they are available. I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek of the design process and all of that stuff. Again, 20% of the proceeds are going to go to Homeward Bound here in Las Vegas. I just followed them today, and I'm really excited about that. I'm excited for you guys to have Luna plushies, and hopefully if this goes well, there'll be other projects in the future, but this feels really good, and I'm very excited about it. So we adopted Luna here in the local area, and I'm excited to pay it forward. So that's coming. Please prepare yourselves. I'm probably going to start posting about it on all my socials. Once I have the link, I'll make sure that I blast that everywhere. And if you're not in a place where you are able to pledge or purchase a plushie, liking, commenting, sharing, all of that stuff really does help. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. So that was perfect timing for Luna to walk up so I could tell you guys about that, because yeah, the campaign starts next Tuesday. So get ready to share, and let's do some pretty cool stuff together with that. So I'm stoked. And Luna is too.
To your longevity. And so that health assessment that's 5 minutes, it looks like that's going to be very, very individualized.
And it is international shipping. So that was one of the first things that I asked, because I know everybody is from all over.
And so if you're thinking, well, I don't know, yes, like Cliff said, we definitely need to be brushing up on how we're presenting this to our audience, but we don't have to be the doctor portion and
Right, because you're not qualified to be the doctor portion, Courtney. It's so bizarre to me that they would even have these distributors marketing GLP-1 medications and peptides in general. It's bizarre to me. In 2026, I never thought we would be here.
Peptides, just having the stance in general of these are proactive
Yeah.
things to do for your health.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I am going to blast it on all platforms too. So
I
That
love that word proactive because reactive would be like, look, I've got an illness. I'm trying to have a doctor diagnose it. That's not what this is about. This is about leading just like we've led for so many years with our supplements, right? It's a
I'm
proactive.
sorry. Supplements are not the same thing as GLP-1 medications or medications in general. This is really, the word of tonight is going to be bizarre. It is bizarre that they are trying to lump in GLP-1 medications with supplements as if they are interchangeable. They are not. Supplements are unregulated. A lot of times they're proprietary blends. They have massive health claims. Medications are studied on humans. We know what they do. We know what they're supposed to do. We know what the side effects are. It's studied on people. They're FDA approved. Two very different things. So it's really bizarre to me that they're making it seem like they're the same thing. They're not. Say it with me. Bizarre.
Approach.
I mean, short of knowing these 5 steps, like, yes, we'll learn more as we go, obviously, but it's one of those things you can't just tell someone how to ride a bike. You're just going to have to get in the field and
Please and thank you. If you would, everybody, like and make sure that you're subscribed. I appreciate y'all. And Scooter, thank you for reminding everybody.
do it. But those, just knowing the flow, I think, is so helpful. So
Right.
helpful when you're talking to your people.
Yeah, let
And
me
number
add to
three
this
is the
too.
provider. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
Cliff.
that's going to be key that I want to point out to everyone. And when you saw that there, you're going to log in, right? You're going to have your Le-Vel account, and this will all be on a replicated website. So yes, you will get credit. When the let's just call it the consumer, right? It can be a customer or a promoter is going to be doing this process. They're going to be you're going to start the assessment and flow on your way through. But in order to actually get to a point to where you can order, you will need to create a Le-Vel account. So we're kind of pushing that to where you have to be linked to a promoter so that there is that one-to-one connectivity that's there. And then you'll go right on through. You'll do your health assessment. We'll get into that here in a second. And but you want the provider to be the expert here, when they get ready to come towards that. So didn't mean
Then
to
why do
jump
they even need the distributors?
in there for you, Courtney and Jason. Just wanted to kind of help point people through that. You'll go through the health assessment. Then once you get done, yes, then that's when it's going to kind of basically you're going to create your Le-Vel RX account because you're creating it in an EHR, right? This is the medical record where you're going to be talking back and forth with the provider and all that. So, but
Right.
don't fret about it. Trust me, when you get a chance to play with this, it'll be so easy. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I was worried about nothing at this point in time.
Yeah, good point.
By the way, because I know some of you will ask, this is from Tarte. It's the lip maracuja. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I have it linked below, and it's the lip plump, and it feels amazing on your lips. I love it.
Thank you, Cliff. So it takes us back here to the provider review, and that's when you put forth the 5 minutes, your assessment, and you'll hear back from a provider shortly. And we'll get to that a little bit more to that here in just a minute. And then the products delivered to your door, right? I mean, how nice is that? Courtney, how many times do you go to a pharmacy and once you get there, you're told, oh, we know we don't have that product, or can you come back in an hour,
Oh my
or we'll
gosh.
have it ready tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we're a huge convenience driven society. If we can get it delivered to our door, we're going to do it. And
I mean, CVS and Walgreens, I'm pretty sure, will deliver your medication. Also, specifically with Walgreens, if that's where you get your medications, that's where we get our medications. Their app, once the prescription is called in or whatever, it tells you the status of it. So it'll tell you, hey, this will be ready, or hey, this is ready. You can come and pick this up so you're not standing around waiting at the pharmacy. They have apps for this very thing for the convenience of it. Oh,
that I think is phenomenal. You're not having to jump through another hoop. Having that, knowing that's coming to your doorstep, that's game over.
Yeah, I love it. And then, of course, there's the ongoing support that'll be provided to help. Now, this is kind of the fun part.
The fun part.
Now we're getting into the formulations, and we're just gonna let this run. But as it goes through it, you can see how this gives you information. And Cliff's gonna get into this a little bit more on each of these products, right? Um,
I have to make this bigger. Hold, please. That might be a little too big. Okay.
I think it's mind blowing what some of these longevity products will do for you and what they cover. I had
Yeah.
no idea of this.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it's like again, you guys will become, the experts here as when you're talking with your consumers on this, and that's what we want this to be. You don't have to be, Mr. Molecule, Molly Molecule, like we always used to say. You're just going to want to be able to highlight the top points, right? And are you looking to really lose weight? Well, then you're wanting to go with our medical weight loss products, and that's again where you'll get into your semaglutides or your terzipatides. If you want to just maintain weight, that's where the microdosing is. Jason, this is the cool part. We'll get to that here in a second. If you want to get into the longevity, this is where you're going to start looking into, this is where we've got some amazing peptides to start off with, and then more will be coming, right? These are FDA approved ingredients that compounding pharmacies can produce right now.
Okay. FDA approved medications are, how do I want to word this? From what I understand, and I'm still putting the pieces together as all of this is coming out, the compounded medications are not what are FDA approved. And please feel free to correct me in the comments if you are somebody that works with these every day and you have the credentials, obviously. From what I understand, the medications on their own are FDA approved, but when you compound them, that part is not FDA approved. Similar to microdosing, that is not the intended use of said FDA approved medications. I just want to make that very clear. I want to make sure I'm understanding that. And as we continue to cover this, because I'm going to have to continue covering this on my channel, because I think that's the direction that a lot of these MLM companies are going to be going, because they are desperate, because they are dying. MLM companies are dying. No, not FDA approved for compounding. Thank you. Yeah, this seems so sketchy. I absolutely agree. Yeah, I am correct. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
We got mid-July, I think, is when they're set to meet and start going through the review process. But that's what they'll start formulating more into the longevity section. But you get to the NAD, right? Well, Cliff, what is NAD? I'll let you Google it because I'm not going to even try and butcher the scientific name.
Right, because why is the VP of operations even talking about NAD?
Of what that is, but it helps with your cellular energy. And what is cellular energy? Well, let's go back to biology.
Oh my God. The VP of operations is going to give us a biology lesson. Are you kidding me?
What a cell looked like, right?
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Inside the cell, you had your nucleus. You had, where your chromosomes were stored, right? You had all different parts of the cell, but one of those was the powerhouse of the cell, and it's called your
the mitochondria.
Mitochondria. That's what this does. It activates the mitochondria in your cells to produce ADP, which is what your body uses as energy throughout its life cycle. ADP converted to the ATP cycle. Yes. Yeah, I got a biology book back here if you want to borrow it from me.
Oh my God.
Old, but it's still the same stuff. Same thing that's going to get into like L-carnitine. You're looking for some extra energy to boost your, you want to get a good workout going on. That's where you're going to want to go with that. Vitamin B12, MIC. These are another great products that are going to help you, with fat burning metabolism and boosting that up. So we'll have a cheat sheet for you to kind of talk to the main ones. But as you saw previously of what Jason was showing, click the plus button and it will start giving you a little bit of more information. And then as we continue to enhance the website, we're going to layer even more there. But I want you to be experts to first level, right? Imagine you're
Cliff,
peeling an
I'll click
onion, that
back
first
here.
one's there. Yep.
There we go. Just
Yep, perfect. Yeah.
we'll
And,
let
you want
everyone
to get a
see
good
this again.
workout in, you want to kick your human growth, an HGH precursor, Sermorlin's amazing for that, and sleep, by the way,
Oh
too.
my
That
God.
one is one that I have heard amazing things. I've not tried that one, and I'm actually looking super forward to it. I tried testing the process out, got all the way through, created my account, and was waiting on a doctor to call me today for it. But these are great. And then the last but not least, we have alternative delivery vehicles as well for those people who might not be comfortable with a needle
A
poke,
shot
right?
needle. That would be
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, a lot of people are hesitant in those types of worlds, and I get it, right? And so there are oral capsules with the methylene blue. There are these amazing sublingual drops that we've got for semaglutide and that we've got for the NAD, and then we've also got
You still need a Dr. Pepper sponsorship, ma'am. I do. And you know what? I would gladly welcome that. So thank you very much.
the nasal spray for the NAD to go on that. And we will be adding more and more of this, to these as the options come available, and they work. That's one thing that we have always had on every one of our products is you feel our products, you feel our vitamins, they work. And so we're not going to put something up on here that is not tested to show that it has clinical efficacy.
I feel like somebody, I feel like somebody should go undercover and see how this works. Get on the telehealth appointment. I don't know the legalities of that. I would have to research that and probably consult with a lawyer. But I really feel like somebody should investigate this and see what it's like, if legally that is okay. Huh.
Towards it. All right, Jason, I'm going to turn it back to you again.
Okay, awesome. And thank you for that biology lesson.
Terrible biology lesson.
We'll talk more later about questions I have for.
Does working with a telehealth company help the MLM with claims and protect them with the FTC or anything? I don't think so. I think this is a very, very good question. I think if you're still making claims and the claims are outside of what that medication has been shown to do, I think that could still be a problem. And we know these are unqualified people. When I say unqualified people, I'm referring to the distributors. I'm referring to the people that are going to be advertising, probably through them using whatever they are buying through the telehealth company, and they're going to be making all kinds of claims. We've already seen it. Who was the last person that I covered that went to LEMD? I think her name was Julie, and she was with Nueva. We saw the health claims on that. So these people who are unqualified are going to be making outlandish health claims. And so I think at that point, we can report them to the FTC, but also to the FDA. That's just my opinion on it, but I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think.
For you.
All right.
So, Courtney, what you're looking at here is kind of a deeper dive at bullet point number 2 back. If you remember, it talked about the 5-minute intake. This is where it's going to start asking you
a 5-minute intake. So you fill out your information. It takes 5 minutes. I wonder how long the telehealth appointment is. Probably 5 minutes. Oh my God.
Questions, because you've already kind of taken a proactive approach of, hey, I'm interested in this product. So now it's going to start asking you questions from that direction, if that makes sense. Courtney, I know you've got some thoughts on this. I know that you've told me that you've seen processes from friends of yours that they've shown you kind of what they do, and you've commented on how.
What?
Cool.
I know you've had some friends that have talked to you about what they do and how they work. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Cool this is and how innovative it is.
Right.
Yeah, I love learning from other people in this space, and this is really cool to me because it's so personalized. And what I love, how many of you have ever taken, I mean, it says
By the way, Jerry is getting his first tattoo this weekend, and I'm very excited about it.
start my free assessment.
If you're like, who's Jerry? That's my husband.
You've taken a quiz online, and then it gives you your
Oh, thank you, Wendy. I appreciate you. Check the message I sent you. As always, I'm on it. Oh, is it about Scentsy? Is it about Scentsy, Wendy? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Hold on. On Instagram? Meg, thank you so much. Member for 33 months. So many words to say about absolutely nothing. Can I read this, Wendy? Oh. Okay, I'm not going to read that, but thank you, Wendy. I appreciate you.
result. And I feel like that it just makes it so personalized, the conversation so elevated for the consumer of, okay, now that you've filled this out, it was free to fill it out. We're going to give you our recommendation. I think we're going to see with this kind of funnel,
A funnel. Now, here's my question. If somebody is not overweight or not somebody that should lose weight or a doctor would suggest losing weight, you know what I'm trying to say, and they put in here a normal weight for their height, are they still going to be suggested to get on a GLP-1 medication? That's what I would love to know. Because then at that point, we can bring in the conversation about these telehealth doctors and how ethical they are. I mean, automatically, if a telehealth company is bringing on these providers and that telehealth company is partnered with an MLM, I'm already questioning their ethics in a big way. But if they are prescribing somebody, I don't know, because I don't know how I feel about that. I have so many questions about that part in particular. Yeah.
a high close rate, you know,
Yeah.
a very high close rate in our industry.
And it's very intuitive here. Here goes the
Intuitive.
questions: height, weight, what have you. And then
Very intuitive. Okay.
it takes you to the next question. And
Oh, I agree. Not to knock telehealth, but any telehealth company that partners with an MLM sounds sketchy. I think telehealth is an incredible resource for so many people that have a hard time physically getting to the doctor. I think that it is a fabulous tool. I think it is awesome for so many people. However, when they're partnered with an MLM company, just like you're saying here, Blonde Ambition, already I'm thinking unethical, in my opinion.
now this is a deeper dive at choosing the product, right? And it's going to talk a little bit
Every treatment plan is created and monitored by board certified providers.
about once again more information,
I'm scrolling on their website as I'm looking at this.
education about what is FDA approved medications? What does that actually mean? What's a licensed provider? These are questions that most people just don't know, right? And as you get into this, these are questions that you need to know yourself if you're going to sell this. And frankly, if you're going to use this.
I'm going to read this because it says under the frequently asked questions, I scrolled down a little bit further than what they're showing here. And I'm looking at you guys already know, my handy dandy magnetic holder for my phone. After selecting your protocol, you will complete a secure medical questionnaire. A licensed physician in your state will review your history and biomarkers to determine if the treatment is safe and appropriate for you. So the patient is selecting the protocol, then they do the medical questionnaire, and then a physician approves it in their state. Okay.
So moving on, what's included with.
Absolutely amazing.
Let me go back here.
Yeah, I don't want it to come across like I'm against telehealth companies or that I'm against FDA approved medications, GLP-1 medications. I'm absolutely not. I am very, very much pro science and pro access of medical care for everybody. So the fact that telehealth is an option for a lot of people, I think is fantastic. So just want to make that very, very clear. I think I did, but I would rather explain it a little bit more than leave it to be interpreted in any kind of way. You know what I mean?
What's included with, Le-Vel RX? Well, here we go. You've heard Jason Camper talk about being partnered with the very best telehealth, and he'll go into this a little bit later, but this is just part of what you can come to expect, the very, very best. And then there's going to be some frequently asked questions. And this is, how does your medical consultation work, right? Like, I'm sure it's different for everyone. Is the subscription service, blah, blah, blah. Are the medications FDA?
And yes, it is a subscription service. Our protocols are designed as monthly memberships to ensure consistent results and ongoing medical support. You can pause or cancel your subscription at any time through your dashboard. And that is how they are going to pay their distributors, the ones that are actually making in the company. Who is at my door right now? Hold on, let me look at my Ring camera.
Approved. Now, Cliff talked a little bit about that before, right? And here's your answer. So on the site, there's so much, right? But it's so much good stuff. It's stuff that you need. It's stuff that will help you go through the process in setting up your account, in doing your first consultation, things of that nature. So as we kind of wrap this up here, Courtney.
As we wrap it up, but this is only 25 minutes of 47.
Tell me what, just from a promoter's perspective and from a leader perspective, what do you think? What's kind of your initial reaction?
So I'm very excited to see this flow.
This is a weird interview.
I will never not want to work with my, promoters or my customers, but there are some unsexy sides of our business as far as things maybe we're not educated in. I saw a little bit higher. It said 24/7 medical support. I can't tell you how many times as a promoter I've said, you have to ask your doctor. You have to ask your doctor, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not going to become a doctor. And so just knowing that this kind of elevates the conversations to flow faster, because we don't have to be the doctor. We literally just have to be, I feel like, direction givers.
What do you mean you don't have to be the doctor? You can't be the doctor because you are not a doctor. Oh my God.
I've got to know the direction to point someone into, whether they're asking for the bathroom, the snack bar.
Okay, I thought this was odd. The prescribing of any protocol should be assessment, a discussion between the provider and the patient, and then the recommendation of treatments, not the other way around. I thought that was odd that the patient would be selecting the protocol and then filling out the medical questionnaire, and then the doctor in their state is just going to approve it or look at it to make sure it's safe. Let me say it that way. That seemed backwards to me. Because when you go to the doctor, they weigh you, they take your blood pressure, they take your vitals, they look at everything, they look at your medications, they're looking at if you had lab work done and all of that stuff. And, what are you here for? Are you here for a checkup? Is there something going on? You ask the questions first, and then you talk about the protocol. So when I was reading that, I was like, that's really weird that the patient would say, oh, well, I saw this. This is what it seems like to me. I saw this on social media. My friend was talking about semaglutide, and so that's what I want to do. And then they fill out the medical questionnaire, and then a doctor comes online through a telehealth appointment or whatever. That seemed backwards. So thank you for saying that. If you're not a doctor, you should not be pushing GLP-1 and peptides. Agreed. I love telehealth, but telehealth companies that only sell a particular line of products are sus, in my opinion. And some of them have used people who sell access to the telehealth in addition to direct calls. Wow. Wow.
Or the museum, whatever. We've just got to know where to point them. And now I feel like it's going to move very, very fast and very smooth, because the medical professionals are going to take care of that side. We don't have to know everything. We need to know enough, but we don't have to know everything. They get to do their job. It elevates the whole process, the whole conversation, and I think we're going to see it move very smooth.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Cliff,
All right.
before I close out the screen sharing, is there any part of this that you want to go back to and talk through?
Yeah, just a couple of spots before I pass this over to Jason, and so if you scroll just up just a tiny bit, and I will have you stop right there. So here's the cool things, right? So one of the things that once you get through, I want to walk you through like the actual process.
What this says here is what's next once you qualify. Select your billing, choose a billing cadence of either 4 weeks or 12 weeks, 1 month or 3 months. Then the consultation, you'll connect with a licensed clinician. Wait, so you're signing up for the billing before you even have the consultation with the medical professional? You'll connect with a licensed clinician who will review your information and determine the best plan forward. Shipping. Medications ship straight to, I should probably put this back on screen because I'm just reading what's on screen here. Medications ship straight to your door every 4 weeks, regardless of which billing cadence you have selected. Refills. Stay up to date on your medication refills. Forms must be completed every 28 days.
We don't want to take you through the 5-minute intake plus.
Right, that's weird, right? That's odd. Bizarre. Yes, so many red flags. I agree.
I didn't want to put in my height and weight, and you get to see if I'm BMI obese or not at that. But the way it's going to go is you're going to do the intake. You're going to choose which of the peptides you're interested in. So you'll click on that. You'll start the intake, and that is, it's going to lead you through all the way up to then choosing, what type of delivery.
Telehealth is under Medicare, and I know that part of this is cut off, but I just want to read this comment. Thank you, Debbie, for this comment. Telehealth is under Medicare and Medicaid guidelines. The AMA will go crazy. The reason that this is going smoothly is because the MLM doesn't have to appeal to the insurance over and over. Because it's about profit, not health. Yep, that's wild.
Do I want, right? Do I want this on a monthly plan, or do I want this on a 3-month plan? And the way it's your choice. Some people might not want to go all in on 3 months. I'm telling you this though, if you want to get the best results from the medical weight loss, every study I've seen, and this is our.
Oh, and you're a medical professional? Remember when he was like, "Oh, I don't know anything about this. I'm not a doctor," at the beginning of this, and he's like, "Every study that I've seen says that you should be on it for 3 months." Maybe just leave that kind of advice to the medical professionals. This is, say it with me, everybody, bizarre. Which, you know what is bizarre? There, in a fun way. There's 123, of you on it. Only 63 likes on this stream. So do me a favor, click the thumbs up button really quick and make sure that you're subscribed.
Providers will look to do this. They're going to they'll start you at a titrated level, and they will work you up to where you're starting to lose the weight that you want. So if you do the month plan, now you can do the next month and the next month. And I get it. Some people, maybe I got the cash on me now and I don't have 3 months worth in that point. Your choice, and so we're giving you that. We've heard from numerous other promoters that not having a monthly plan, sometimes people just want to dip their toe in the water first to try it out before they sign up and say, okay, yeah, I'm going all bore into it. So that will be huge.
That is wild. We are talking about medications, something that you should not be dipping your toes in to just try before you go all in. What do you even mean? Oh my God. I can't believe he just said that.
Right there. Second, once you get done with your consultation, you'll pay for it. It'll get taken, you'll process your order, and you will then get a email from our, 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 clinical support team that will then direct you to log in to your Le-Vel RX account. So there will be a second account, but remember, this second account is the mini EHR that we're setting up behind the scenes. Yes, it's HIPAA compliant. Yes, I don't have access to it. No one, these are those things that is going to be that communication mechanism with you and your doctor. So we have to keep that over on the right hand side. So you'll log in there, and that's where you will then have any further conversations, either asynchronously through text or synchronously, through an actual conversation with the physician through a video visit. There are, I think, 7 or 8 states that require that. It's all included, not one.
Wait, so the other states, the not 7 or 8 states, are you not getting on a call with a doctor? They're just approved. Is that what's happening?
There's not an extra price that comes attached with that. And so we follow the law for each of the states. They'll do that visit. Well, Cliff, how long does that take? We're giving ourselves 1 business day to be able to accomplish this, but everything that we've been able to set up behind the scenes and make sure this happens in a matter of hours. Now, if you do this at like 7 p.m. on a Friday night, might have to wait till, potentially Saturday to get a physician to come knocking on your door again. But if you're doing this during normal, what I'm going to call American kind of standard times, because we're only launching in the US for right now, you will be able to, it goes fast. Like I literally, when I was testing this out, I got my email within 20 minutes saying, here, click here and let's go get a video. Let's go start having that conversation with your doctor.
20 minutes.
Some of the peptides, it'll be just a quick conversational chat with your doctor and away you go. It's very smooth, very easily. And then once that's done, it's sent to the pharmacy. They are saying usually, anywhere from 3 to 5 business days, because these aren't just peptides sitting on a shelf we're pulling off and just sending to you. They're actually compounding them and sending them out to you in real time. That's one of the rules we got to follow. And so that pharmacy is making it specific to you, not just, you go to the grocery store and pick something up off the shelf type things. That'll happen within 3 to 5 days, but I've seen as soon as a 24-hour turnaround time to where it's being delivered. Depending on, we've got a host of pharmacies we're using. I think we've probably got 5 or 6. Again, each state regulates these a little bit, and so we've got to make sure we got the right ones to where your locations are. But other than that, I mean, we're looking, honestly, I'm thinking probably 5 days at most for you to be able to go from clicking, I'm interested, paying, and having these peptides sitting at your door, which is super, super exciting. I mean, that is super fast speed. Shipping, is shipping included? Yes, shipping's included in this. This is a one price fits all type model that we're excited to share with you soon.
Oh my God.
On this. So, all right. So with that being said, I see tons and tons of questions that are coming in. Great questions to ask your doctor on these types, and they will be able to do that. Do these need to be kept stored on ice and all that? No, they don't. But once you get them, you put them in your refrigerator. You want them to last and all that, but we're shipping them out super fast for you to be able to do this. All right. Mr. Camper, I see you here in the background. I know you're chomping at the bit to kind of, there you are, to come share with us and all that.
Oh my God.
We're super excited. We've kind of walked through everything that we are allowed to share with the website, even though people are very anxious for more. So wanted to give you a chance to talk to to everyone that's on the line. We have quite a few people, and share your thoughts and where your vision of where this is going to continue to go and expand.
Yeah, definitely. Great job on the webinar tonight, guys, and just showing everybody kind of
Who is this guy?
side how it's going to flow. I
Why are they all guys?
know everybody has a lot of questions, which is going to be normal at this stage.
Oh my God, Luna looks so cute. I wish I could show you guys a picture. She's laying on her side. I have French doors in our bedroom, and the light is coming through the window of the French doors. I'm just going to describe this very specifically. And she's laying on her side where the sun is shining through the windows on the carpet. And I know it's just like warm and cozy right there. And she's laying on her side. She's so cute. Her little paws are tucked up. Oh, she's perfection.
Of the game of launching something this.
Yeah. How are the Europeans holding up with the heat? with no AC. Are y'all okay?
Big. But tonight wasn't necessarily.
Did you know I was talking about you? You did? Well, come here. She wants to say hi again. She got up from sunbathing. Come here. She's recharging her solar batteries. Come here, mamas. Do you think... Come here, baby. Do you think everybody should get a Luna plushie? Wait. No, wait. I want to talk to you. Do you think everybody should get a Luna plushie to help the homeward bound cat adoption? There it is. I'm also going to make sure that she has on the plushie that she has this teal collar, because that has to happen. Huh, little baby. Oh, thank God you came in. We needed a break, I feel like. This is a lot to deal with. A Luna cam would be fun. My parents have set up camp in the basement. Oh God, I bet. Yeah, I'm frantically refreshing the Screwfix website to see if they got more AC in so we can have one for the bedroom. I know, two Luna sightings in one stream. Look at how cute she is. I cannot deal with it. I have lip gloss on, so I can't give you kisses. But yeah, she says yes. She's a cozy little girl. I wish you guys could see her eyes because they match my shirt. She's so pretty. She's a pretty girl. Some of my bats have been falling down lately. I'm having feelings about it. Aw, hi, little baby. Are you done? Okay. Goodbye. Did that unplug my mic? Hope not. Nope, we're still good. Okay, back to it.
To answer every question possible. It was just to give you a bigger picture of how it's going to work. I think it's very easy to see the scale that we're working with. This is not just some little department that we popped up in our office we just went and rented. The only reason that this worked for me, the reason that I said yes, I'm going to do this, was because of the group we partnered with and their infrastructure, and not having to recreate the wheel, taking a successful wheel that's already in motion and then plugging it in play with our ecosystem and everything that we have. And so that was one of the biggest things for me is, it's like,
I think I'm going to fast forward because this is getting kind of repetitive. And I really would like to get to the part, I believe they talk about how to market it. So let's fast forward a little bit because this guy is making my eyeballs tired.
always been exciting to, I know, myself and many of the executive team. It was leveraging this.
I really love all these tips that everybody is giving for the Europeans to stay cool in the heat wave they're dealing with. That's awesome.
High scale infrastructure, right? To launch in a very powerful way because of what they already have in place. But then it was being able to scale this menu offering so fast,
Menu offering? We're talking about medications. What do you even mean?
And I can't remember the accurate amount, but there's like at least 10 quote peptides that are going to be ruled on over this summer. I think it's in July, and they will then become FDA approved. So compounding pharmacies will be able to release those. Like right now it says release BP 157. I would if I was in the gray market, but
BPC 157, you mean?
I'm not there,
Thank God you're not in the gray market. This is already atrocious enough.
We're dealing with regulations, and we want to remain that way. But the good news is once those things are, quote, approved for human consumption, and they don't have to be shipped with research only on the label, we'll be able to add them to our list immediately. Like a light bulb switch. Boop. Oh, we now offer that. We now offer that. We now offer that. So where we can take this and scale it, I think is huge. And again, I just, when you look at, there are two huge
This guy's terrible.
trends in our world right now, like massive. I don't know if we've seen trends like these, to the magnitude that what they'll represent. But AI is one of those trends. If you want to go position yourself in front of the AI growth curve and do it properly, you're going to make a lot of dough, and you're going to be able to do something very, very successful if you do it right.
I can report it to the Board of Pharmacy. What are we reporting? I'm down. Also, Debbie, I don't know if you're still on here, but do you have any updates on our PAs from last week's live stream?
What's another trend? Telehealth and peptides.
Are they centered in Arizona? You mean Le-Vel? I think. Hold on. Where is Le-Vel from?
Right.
I'll find
this
that out.
is like the start of that conversation, the very start of it. And if you're able, again, to position yourself and to take advantage of it, and there's not a better telehealth launching right.
Oh, this is the CEO. I was like, who is this guy? The CEO and founder, or CEO, founder, and inventor of the Thrive product line. That's who this is. I didn't realize that. Where are they from?
Now than what we're doing. We're not just launching a telehealth division. We're leveraging our database that we already have in play, and we're then looping in an ecosystem of health and wellness products that complement all of that. I mean, it is if I say,
imagine thinking that a medication complements a supplement. Maybe it's just me, but I would think that a supplement, the way that I'm thinking of this, is that a supplement would actually be the complement to the medication, because the medication is studied and FDA approved. Imagine thinking that your supplements are the main thing and the FDA medication is a complementary thing. That's wild to me.
so to myself, I think it's a pretty slick setup we got brewing here. And the best is yet to come. But guys, let's go build, right?
Let's go recruit, guys.
Here's what you get to go do. You just go build. Go do what you know how to do, and let the providers and the network and all that nonsense handle the rest, right?
Nonsense. Well, that's interesting. Let the providers handle the nonsense. What a compassionate way to talk about people getting prescribed medication by a doctor. Wow. If that's not telling, I don't know what is.
Right? That's what they're there for. Let them be the expert that they're meant to be, and you go be the expert builder that you just get people excited. Here's the other thing you heard about.
They're in Texas. Le-Vel their home office is in Frisco, Texas.
The cheat sheet. What's the best peptide for people or therapies for people? It's what they're.
The investigation is going through their board, but I recommend still reporting to the FTC and the FDA. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't watched last week's live stream, it was on Bravenly, and there were 5 medical professionals that were making horrendous claims, and in my opinion, very unethical practices. And so if you'd like to go and check that out, it's from last week. I'm glad that they have been reported, but yes, please keep reporting to the FTC and the FDA. I did put links for both of those on every video that I have. I have a link to the FTC. If you see stuff, you can report it. It takes you right to it. And in last week's video, I believe I also put a link for the FDA and how to report them to the FDA as well. So that's great. I'm glad they're being investigated. I hope they have had a terrible day. These compounders are so unethical, and insurance pays nothing to us for telemedicine, like $25. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate you.
Goals are dictating. You know, if your goal is sleep, if your goal is energy, if your goal is weight loss, what, like, let the goal dictate the path. And you guys putting a little bit of homework on the website of just understanding what of the therapies do what, you'll be able to direct people. Okay, well, what's your goal? Weight loss? Perfect. Let's look at this. Your provider will know exactly if that's right for you, but let's start there. Here's the other thing too, guys. You are going to have people that get turned down. You know, I mean, a provider is not going to approve of just everything.
I mean, let's hope. Let's hope that's the case.
You know, wait a minute.
I love it. I love that was, for me, in all the years that I've been doing this type of content, that moment when you and the other medical professionals at the hospital were all watching and like, what? And took action and reported these people while we were live, I think was the coolest moment, one of the coolest moments for me as a content creator. And yeah, that was really cool. Really, really cool.
You're 5'1" and you weigh 60 pounds and you want tirzepatide. No, I don't think that's going to go through today. You know, you're going to probably get stuff like that. But it's okay because it's a part of it.
Is he the physician that was like, turmeric? I'm from India. I know more about it than she could ever know. Is that the same physician, Debbie?
Other thing that I was going to mention.
He was awesome.
Oh, we get lots of questions right now on report.
Yes, I do. Do you think they're going to coach people on what to say so that you don't get turned down? Here's what I think they're going to do. I'm going to make my prediction right now. These people that they are trying to connect to the telehealth medical professionals, when they get turned down for a GLP-1 medication, what I think is going to happen is they are going to say, well, but we have this other stuff. We have these other supplements that help to naturally increase your GLP in your body. You could try these. It's a patch, it's a couple capsules, and a protein shake. And I think that's where they're going to say, well, you didn't get approved for this, but we also have this, as if they're interchangeable. Because one thing that I've noticed from this video in particular is they're trying to make it seem like the supplements and the medications are interchangeable when they are two very, very different things on so many different levels. So I think what they're doing is he's mentioning this because, yeah, hopefully there are going to be people that the medical professional sees, hey, this person should not be taking this. I'm not going to approve them for this. Let's hope. And they're going to say, oh, well, I didn't get approved, but here, you can buy this, $150 worth of supplements. And in fact, I'm pretty sure I've done a video on Le-Vel's My GLP-1 or My GLP challenge, because I remember all the different colors. And I'm looking at it right now on my phone. Introducing our nutraceutical GLP support system, supports weight management, fuel your body and mind, support energy and metabolism. So I think this is going to be the catch-all. And I think that's one of the reasons that they're starting to promote this to that database, which, by the way, he's talking about humans that have put their information in the Le-Vel website. The database. That should tell you everything that you need to know about how, in my opinion, this CEO feels about the individuals that have put their information on their website. We are talking about human beings. Anyways, I think that's what's going to happen. I think, well, you didn't get approved. So, take the GLP-1 challenge, or GLP challenge, I think is what they call it. That's what I think. That's my prediction.
What can we see? What can you see? There's some stuff.
Do you know a physician or nurse practitioner that lost their license practice can work for these companies and do the telemedicine part? What? No, I didn't know. How do I even tackle this? How do I even... No, I did not know that, because I feel like every time there's something that comes out, you know, a video, a training or something like that, I feel like I learn more information because I really am, I don't want to say hyper fixated, but how can this be happening? I keep asking myself, how can this be happening? Like I'm collecting information each time something comes about and I'm like, okay, that answers this piece and that answers this piece. This answers a big piece for me. They can work for these telehealth companies when they've lost their license. How is that allowed? Oh my God. That has me shook, you guys.
That we can do, and then there's some stuff that we have zero control over whatsoever, because you are talking about compliant documents, patient, provider information that we just don't have access to. So what will we be able to do in the cloud office in terms of reporting? We're going to be able to show as
That's because they're a compound and Texas is the one that compounds with the B12. Yes, because it's an MLM. Oh
much as we can, but it's not like, hey, you guys need to do XYZ. Well, yeah, we wish we can, but we're kind of handcuffed by compliance and regulations that don't.
By the way, those my GLP packs from Thrive, $338, $288, $82 for just the capsules. And you know they're going to want you to get the whole thing. The standard pack, $288 for 3 products.
Allow us to do that. So
I'm going to try and pronounce these things. Dihydroberberine, glucomannan, I'm probably butchering this, cognac powder, Konjac powder, and some kind of a probiotic. Bifidobacterium lactis. $288 for that, you guys. Supports weight and appetite management. Supports mental clarity and focus. Supports cardiovascular health. You know what else supports cardiovascular health? Doing cardiovascular activity. Helps support a healthy inflammatory response. Supports a healthy metabolism. Supports healthy blood sugar levels.
We're going to figure it all out every step of the way, but we're ready.
My apologies. I thought I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. So if you heard that email notification, my bad.
To launch, I think you guys can know that or see it, feel it.
All right, I'm done with this guy. I've had enough. I've had enough. But the products are cheaper on auto ship. Yeah, I hear you. It's wild. Will these doctors be pushing the largest purchased meds to make the most kickback? Yeah, I don't even know how I would go about researching this. Which is why, obviously, I haven't done a video on this because I feel like I'm being shown pieces every single day. But how are these telehealth companies how are these practitioners able to work for these telehealth companies where they're prescribing medications when they've lost their license? I'm literally shook by this. Oh, man. That last one sounds like a yogurt bacteria. Yeah, probably is. Berberine is sold by Melaleuca and are an unsupported option to treat diabetes. I have to fight with patients with diabetes. Oh, my God. His enthusiasm was overwhelming. Sarcasm. Anyways, so I guess tonight was a first look at what Le-Vel is getting ready to roll out with the telehealth companies. I do plan on covering it more. If you have any information on this, specifically on the back end and how these things work, I would definitely love to chat. I think the easiest way is probably through my website, erinbies.com. And yeah, I still have so many questions, but the way that they were talking about these individuals that have put their information through the website and referring to these people, human beings, as the database, and the interchanging of supplements and medications as if they're the same thing, which we know they are not, for all the reasons that I've already mentioned on the stream, I think is extremely alarming. Very alarming. Yeah, so I will be covering this more because it's alarming to me. So, yeah. Imagine someone who gets food stamps and Medicaid and subscribes to at least $500 to $700 a month of these products and has seen no results. Horrific. The last one was a probiotic, yeah. Yeah, the generic Manjaro will be the heavy hitter. Yeah, and thank you. I thanked the individuals that sent this to me at the beginning, but I try to keep everybody anonymous. So yes, please send more videos. I appreciate you. Okay. If you're a member or became a member, we're going to do a members only after party immediately after this. So I'll see you guys over there. If you have not already liked and subscribed, if you would do that, that would be amazing. I would appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for all your comments and your information. And if you are in Europe and you're dealing with this heat wave, please stay cool and don't fall for this stuff, because I don't think it's going to get any better as far as the claims that we're going to see from the distributors. So brace yourselves. Okay, I'm going to head out. Members, I'll see you over there in just a second. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.